Julius Malema, leader of South Africa's economic freedom fighters EFF, has once again brought Pan-Africanism into the spotlight by calling for a single African government, a unified currency, and a continental army.
Welcome to Can Media Group. Here it is all about Africa and how Africa is revolutionizing, positioning itself, changing into a global marketplace of the future.
While the vision may seem ambitious, it builds on long-standing ideas that have circulated since the days of Kwame Nkrumah, who championed the concept of a United States of Africa. Understanding how such a project could work requires looking at existing African institutions and global examples of regional integration. A continent-wide government would not emerge overnight. Instead, it could evolve through strengthening the African Union (AU), which already serves as a platform for cooperation among Africa's 54 nations, by gradually transferring certain powers such as trade regulation, infrastructure planning, and foreign policy coordination from national governments to a continental authority. Africa could begin building the foundations of a federal structure. The model would not necessarily dissolve national governments, but create a tiered system where a continental government handles shared responsibilities while member states continue to govern domestic affairs. This would help Africa negotiate more effectively on the global stage and coordinate responses to continent-wide challenges such as climate change, pandemics, and migration. The idea of a single African currency. One of the strongest arguments for a unified African currency lies in trade. Africa currently trades more with outside partners than within itself, in part because cross-border transactions involve multiple currencies, high conversion costs, and exchange rate risk. A single currency supported by a continental central bank would remove these barriers. The African Continental Free Trade Area, AfCFTA, which began implementation in 2021, already seeks to boost intra-African trade. Introducing a shared currency would accelerate this process by making cross-border commerce smooth and more predictable. While implementing such a system will require robust economic convergence, similar to how European nations aligned their fiscal and monetary policies before adopting the euro, it remains a realistic long-term goal if backed by strong political will. Security remains a pressing concern across Africa, with ongoing conflicts in the Sahel, the Horn of Africa, and parts of Central Africa. Currently, the African Union deploys peacekeeping missions, but these are often underfunded and dependent on external partners for logistical support. A continental army would mean pooling military resources and expertise from across the continent under a single command structure. This would enable rapid deployment in times of crisis, reduce reliance on foreign intervention, and strengthen Africa's ability to protect its own strategic interests. Like NATO in Europe, a unified African defense system could deter external threats and foster greater regional stability. While appealing the theory, creating one African government, currency, and army faces considerable challenges. National sovereignty remains a sensitive issue, as many states are cautious about ceding authority to a supranational body. Economic disparities between countries, from Nigeria's large economy to smaller island nations, make financial integrations difficult. In addition, Africa's linguistic, cultural, and political diversity would require careful management to avoid tensions. Moreover, building trust among states is crucial. Successful integration depends on accountability, transparency, and equitable representation in continental institutions, ensuring that no country feels marginalized. Julius Malema's call reflects a broader sentiment among Pan-Africanists who believe the continent can achieve more together than apart. While the idea of one government, currency, and army may take decades to realize, Gradual steps
Now,
are already in motion.
Nigeria's military
The AU,
trying to strike
AfCFTA, and regional blocs like ECOWAS and SADC provide a foundation for deeper integration. For Africa, the journey towards unity is not just about political symbolism, but about addressing practical challenges, boosting trade, enhancing security, and strengthening its global influence. Whether Malema's vision becomes reality will depend on how effectively African leaders and institutions translate aspirations into concrete policies.